Welcome to a session in which we will discuss break-even analysis. Let's first define what the concept of break-even is. It is defined as when the business neither makes any profits nor does it makes any losses. To understand this concept, we will begin with a simple equation of the P&L statement that we are familiar with. It is net profits are equal to revenues minus costs. At the break-even, the left-hand side in this equation must be 0 since there are no profits and also no losses. So, at break-even, the equation can be written as 0 equal to revenues minus costs. We can simplify that further, and what we get is at break-even, revenues are equal to costs. That means the costs in business are perfectly balanced by revenues in the business at break-even. We will now further develop this equation to better understand break-even. You may remember that we discussed fixed costs and variable costs in one of the previous sessions. We defined fixed costs as those costs in a business which do not change when the sale volume changes. Variable costs are those costs which change in proportion to the sales volume. That means the total variable costs in a business increase when the sales volume increases and they decrease when the sales volume decreases. Let's express the costs in our formula using these two costs. We know that some costs in a business are fixed costs and others are variable costs. We will use an abbreviation TFC to indicate total fixed costs in a business. Similarly, the abbreviation TVC will be used to indicate total variable costs in a business. Total costs in a business will then be the sum of TFC and TVC. Hence, we can rewrite our equation as revenues are equal to TFC plus TVC. Let's consider a business that sells a single product. Its revenues depend on the volume of this product it sells and at what price it sells to the customers. We will use two simple notations. One is capital V, which stands for volume of product sold. The second is capital P, which stands for the average price at which the product is sold. We can rewrite the left-hand side of the equation, which is revenues, using V and P. The new equation is open bracket V multiplied by P, close bracket, equal to TFC plus TVC. Now, we will turn our attention to total variable cost or TVC. Remember that variable cost is that cost which changes with volume. So, TVC will change depending on the value of V. Let's now use another simple notation. We will call it capital C, which stands for per unit variable cost. Now, if C is the variable for cost for 1 unit of product for V units of the product, the total variable cost or TVC is V multiplied by C. Once again, we will rewrite our equation by substituting this term for TVC. The revised equation now reads as V multiplied by P is equal to TFC plus open bracket V multiplied by C close bracket. Now, we will do a small mathematical manipulation. We will bring the term V multiplied by C in brackets from the right-hand side of the equation to the left-hand side. So, the equation now looks like open bracket V multiplied by P close bracket minus open bracket V multiplied by C close bracket is equal to T TFC. The notation V for volume is common in the two terms on the left-hand side of the equation. We can simplify the equation further to V multiplied by open bracket P minus C close bracket is equal to TFC. By taking the bracket from the left-hand side to the denominator on the right-hand side, we get the final version of the equation. The final equation is V is equal to TFC divided by open bracket P minus C close bracket. Or we can say that break-even volume is equal to total fixed costs of the business divided by the difference in the price of the product and the per unit variable cost of the product. Let's take a numerical example to understand how this formula works. There is an entrepreneur called Maya. She would like to start a business of buying bananas from a supplier and selling them to the customers from a small shop. Before starting her business, Maya wants to use break-even analysis to assess viability of the business idea. She does some research and finds out that most shops set the price of bananas between rupees 2 to rupees 2.50. She also finds out that the banana suppliers charge between 50 paise to rupees 1 per banana for delivering them in bulk to the shops. She has found a good location with a rent for rupees 500 per month, which she thinks is affordable. She would like to draw a salary of rupees 3,000 to begin with from the business. She is wondering how many bananas she needs to sell so that the business at least achieves the break-even. She uses the equation that we saw a few moments ago. Let's remind ourselves of it. The equation is break-even volume is equal to total fixed costs of the business divided by the difference in the price of the product and the per unit variable cost of the product. Maya first identifies fixed costs in the business. She knows that her salary and the rent will not change based on the volume of the bananas sold. Hence, for her business, those two are the fixed costs. The total fixed costs or TFC are rupees 3,000 for salary plus rupees 500 for rent, which comes to rupees 3,500. As a new business, Maya knows that she will have to sell bananas at the cheapest possible price to attract customers. So, she decides to set the price at rupees 2 per banana. She will also have to buy the bananas from suppliers at the highest possible cost because she can't buy in large quantities, so they will not give her a discount. She assumes the worst case and decides on the cost of rupees 1 per banana. She now has the two other numbers she needs in the formula. Capital P, the price of the product, which is banana in this case, is rupees 2. The per unit variable cost, capital C, of a banana is rupees 1. When she puts the three numbers TFC, capital P and capital C in the formula, she gets 3,500 divided by open bracket 2 minus 1 close bracket. When she solves this equation, she gets 3,500 as the monthly sales volume of bananas, which means she has to sell 3,500 bananas in a month to achieve break-even. In her mind, she breaks this volume into daily volume. She plans to work for 25 days in a month. That means she has to sell an average of 140 bananas or about 12 dozen bananas in a day. She considers the number of people in her area, which is the market size, and out of those who are likely to buy bananas from her, which is market size. She realizes that selling 12 dozen bananas in a day on an average for 25 days in a month will be too much for her. She decides to lower her salary expectations from the business. She considers taking rupees 2,000 instead of rupees 3,000. Now, only TFC in the previously used equation changes to rupees 2,500. When she solves the equation again, the break-even volume now is 2,500. This means she has to sell on an average 100 bananas or about 8 dozen bananas in a day. She is confident that she can manage this daily sales volume. She begins the next steps to start her business based on these numbers. As we can see from the example, break-even analysis is useful in assessing viability of a new business. But it is also very useful for an entrepreneur to use when she is considering making small improvements or changes in business as well as large changes leading to a growth in a business. The approach for break-even analysis we saw is for a trading business which sells only one product. What about businesses which sells multiple products? What about businesses which are service and production businesses? Break-even analysis is equally applicable to those businesses with minor modifications to the equation and the approach that we discussed here. To summarize, break-even is defined as when the business neither makes any profit nor does it make any losses. That means the costs are perfectly balanced by revenues at break-even, or we can say that revenues are equal to costs. In single product businesses, we can use an equation to find the sales volume at which the business can achieve break-even. The equation is defined as break-even volume is equal to total fixed costs of the business divided by the difference in the price of the product and the per unit variable cost of the product. There is a small modification needed in the equation and the approach to apply it to multi-product, production-oriented and service-oriented businesses. That, in a nutshell, is about break-even analysis.